Welcome to the Guitars Cowboys Hillbilly Music Podcast. You're here today with Red Arnold and Jagger Piper, and we are presented by Bad Brad's Barbecue and brought to you by our new sponsor. We're really excited about this one, Deadwake Archery Innovations.
Yeah, super excited to talk about them.
Yep.
We'll get to them later in the episode. But
we're here today with Mr. Reagan Carter. How are you doing today, sir?
Oh man, I'm doing great. How are you guys?
We're doing fantastic.
Good to hear. Good to hear.
So for everyone, along with myself, who doesn't really know anything about you, tell us and the viewers a little bit about you.
Cool. So, like I said, my name is Reagan Carter. I'm a student here at OSU. You know, go Pokes, loyal and true. Yeah. Oh yeah, we know. So I'm from a small town outside of Houston, Texas. It's called Cypress. Started playing music there around town when I was 15. Played baseball for a long time, and then I had to quit baseball. And I was like, well, I can't get girls playing baseball anymore. So I bought the cheapest guitar I could find, and here we are. And I started releasing some stuff in the last year, and it's been pretty fun. It's been a good start so far, I think.
That's awesome.
So you quit baseball and picked up softball, right? From what I hear.
Yeah,
I heard that's how you guys have met.
Yeah, well, I play and I ump softball too.
Okay.
Make ends.
Oh, really?
Yeah, umped last night. Took a foul ball off the chest. So
that's
real good time.
So, when you started playing, did you ever think, okay, I'm gonna start writing and put out music, or how did you getting into like performing?
So getting into performing, I guess it kind of goes back a ways because I've always kind of been around music. My great grandfather was a country western singer in Arizona, and he always performed. Never did anything huge. I think he cut like one album, and then my grandma sang demo tapes in Nashville for a little bit. So I've always she sang the demo tape.
June Carter, his grandma.
No relation. No relation. I hope I hope I ever make it big enough to the day where my number one Google search, Reagan Carter family. Like, I'd love for that. Dude. But no, she sang demos. I know one for sure she sang was the demo for Walk Away Joe for Trisha Yearwood. So that's
pretty cool.
That was a cool one.
Yeah.
But so started performing when I was 15, and I just kind of gotten into like music real seriously. So even just like listening to it, so never really thought anything would come of it. And then I started writing music, started picking up a little steam, and started social media kind of popped off just a little, and then decided I wanted to do this. So here we are.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Were you ever nervous, like putting yourself out there? Was that ever hard for you, or is that kind of?
It's tough. It's tough for sure because it's so vulnerable, right? Because there's a lot of like shallow songwriting that we see.
Yeah.
And I mean, that can be pretty easy because like, what do I feel in that, right? But I think the best songwriting does make you a little nervous because like, this is what I'm feeling, this is what I'm thinking, and how are others going to react? And odds are, I know at least in my experience, I'm sure you guys could say the same, that like the most vulnerable and personal songwriting is the one that like sticks with you. So like nobody ever thinks like, wow, that was too much. So it is nerve-wracking. It's a little nervous at times, but it definitely does the best when you write those authentic songs.
So you got 2 songs out right now on Spotify, and I assume Apple Music as well.
Yeah, everywhere, anywhere you can find your music.
Are you an Apple Music guy or a Spotify?
I am a Spotify guy.
Let's go, dude. Let's go.
That's all I've ever known. That's all I've ever known.
So every guest we have, we always ask him that question because I use Spotify, he uses Apple Music. So
I will say, back in the day when I had the iPod Touch, and I would listen to music like that, I would buy the songs, and like before school, I would buy songs, and I knew they were $1.29. I remembered exactly. And so when I'd leave, I would set exactly $1.29. I'd have $1, a quarter, and 4 pennies, and I'd sit it on the kitchen counter, and my mom would just know that I just bought a song to listen to, and that was it. But so I was like OG Apple Music before it was like a subscription. Yeah. But I might get into both. Got to boost the stream somehow.
I actually was the same way. We used to buy the songs. I still have like all the songs I bought still on my phone.
Oh yeah.
And when I get in my car, it just automatically plays Apple Music just because I guess it's an iPhone. So I'll just be listening to a song like I haven't heard in like years. I'm like, oh, okay.
The inside joke for all the iPhone users is the U2 album that just got randomly thrown on everyone's phone.
Exactly.
You're just like,
I was like, I've always been a huge Apple fan, and I remember when that came out. I'm like, I don't know who U2 is, but I'm a huge fan now. I'm a huge fan now.
You own their album.
So you have Silver Dollar and Orlando.
Yeah.
And it looks like Orlando is at least number 1.
Yeah, so that one's been out the longest. That one was out in November. Yeah. And then Silver Dollar was in February.
And honestly doing pretty decent on there.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
For the first ones that I've ever released, not really having much of a fan base to go off of. It's just something I wanted to do and something that, took a little bit of work and a little bit of time. But yeah, I mean, I'm really pleased with it. I would have been pleased with 100 streams.
Yeah.
So this is just more than I could have ever imagined.
So what was the process of you cutting those songs as singles and putting them out there? Like,
Yeah.
like did you go to record somewhere and put it out, or how'd you do that?
So the first thing I want to say is, like, for anyone listening that's thought about wanting to cut music, today's, like, it's really easy to sit here and crap on the music industry a lot of times, and I'm sure plenty of people do it, but they've made it so accessible nowadays that if you want to put music out, like, it is there for you.
Yeah.
So the way that I went about cutting these was my mother, love her to death. She's my number one fan. She's going to listen to this, and she'll be like, oh. So I had talked about.
Hopefully she keeps listening to our podcast.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So this past summer, I had been talking a lot about wanting to record some music because I had been playing pretty consistently, probably every weekend, every other weekend at little bars and restaurants and whatever. And finally, she found a studio in Nashville, and she was like, well, if we're going to do it, first time, we got to do it right, So went out to Nashville for a week and recorded.
Really?
Yeah. It was like, I think the records I saw on the wall were like Miranda Lambert. They said Billy Strings had been in there like that week. And I was like, oh, great. Well, now you got me.
That's pretty awesome.
So I went in there. I cut 4 songs, just acoustic.
Mm-hmm.
And I've just been releasing them one by one. And then, you got to go through your publisher, your distributor, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So overall, I would say I started the recording process in July. And then getting songs copyrighted and everything like that. November, when I released that first song, really was the first opportunity I had to release a song.
Yeah.
But overall, excuse me, I don't know what's going on. Overall, I think that it really was like, I expected it to be a lot harder, and it was tough. But I think that it's so accessible nowadays that if you want to get out there and do it, that the outlets are definitely there for you.
Yeah, for sure. So does it help that you live in Stillwater now? I mean, the heart of Red Dirt right here is in Stillwater. Does it help that you are where you are for college rather than at home in Texas?
I would say so. I think there's a lot of good parts to both. I mean, I feel like, you guys can come in on this because I'm from Texas, but I feel like Lubbock now is kind of turning into what Stillwater was a while back when they had Jason Boland, the Cross Canyon Ragweed, guys like that.
Yeah.
But I think Stillwater still has so many great outlets. There's the open mics at Willie's, there's the open mics at the Great White Buffalo. Shout out the sponsor, Bad Brad's. They just started their open mics and the Songwriters Nights. I will be out there doing that for sure. Oh, yeah. Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
It's on the cups. All right.
Yes. I think they're starting this today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was to.
We're recording this on Thursday.
Yeah, I went out there to lunch the other day talking to the owner about it. He's like, yeah, he's building a stage. I think there's still a large population.
You never know what Vernon's going to be doing.
Absolutely. But I think there's still just such a great population in Oklahoma that loves the Red Dirt music, and I think that support and then being in a town with such history surrounding it and that inspiration that it brings, that helps a lot. And then like the functional value of having Calf Fry and the weed and all these open mics, that helps a bunch.
Yeah, for sure. And I think the open mic at Brad's gonna be pretty nice.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Are you booked there sometime soon?
I am.
For Friday.
I am booked April 21st at Bad Brad's actually.
Nice.
So
that's like next
couple weeks. I'm
weeks?
playing
2 weeks?
playing in Enid at a veterans cornhole event.
Yes, I saw
on
that.
the 15th.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for that one.
I thought about going out today.
Jack is like, I know you guys are veterans and all, but
Let's throw
it was
throw some bags, man.
It was kind of crazy because I was scrolling through my Facebook, and my Facebook is just all cornhole tournaments and bags. That's literally all it is. And I was like, there's a tournament needed. And I'm like, hold on. I know that guy.
Yeah.
And then I was like, Tyler texted me, like, hey, you need to get him on your podcast. I was like, I know that guy. I was like, that's cool. I didn't even know you played music. And
Yeah.
Got it all set up.
It's a really cool event. I wasn't like, I kind of like set my schedule for the spring a while back, and they reached out last minute. I was like, this is such a cool like cause, a cool event.
Yeah.
Got to support. So something I want to really get out there and do.
I'm looking at your guitar case here too. We got several stickers on it.
Quite a bit, yeah.
Is there any cool stories associated with those?
Yeah. So Waterloo Records, that is in Austin, Texas. Really, really cool record store. I collect vinyls. That is my thing. I love listening to vinyl records, old and new. It's the best way to listen to music, in my opinion. But I went to Austin this summer. It's actually my girlfriend and I's first date. We went to Austin and we went to Coke Fest and saw Turnpike, and that was like our first date.
That's a pretty good first
Set
date.
the bar really high. Set the bar real high.
She's like, so what are we doing next week?
I was like I can cook at the house. Like, I don't know. But yeah, so Waterloo Records is really cool. The Randy Rogers Band, I saw them New Year's Eve at Billy Bob's. Incredible show. That's one of my it's one of my favorite Red Dirt bands ever. I love the Randy Rogers Band. I feel like I take a lot of inspiration from them when it comes to songwriting. I can't.
Daddy O's down there.
Oh,
And then I think
Daddy
you
O's.
have your Orlando.
I got a good Daddy-O's story for you.
Oh, great.
I think you have your.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Orlando,
The album cover
the
on there.
Album cover.
I always try to have something at shows, and starting out, stickers are the cheapest thing to do, and
Yeah.
I don't want people to go home empty-handed, right? And that's no fun. So I always have those out. I'm like, it's like there's no price, just come and take one. It's
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? Like the selfish side of me is like, yeah, free advertising, but also it's just like it's fun to leave with something, have
Exactly.
a story from it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah. So, do you have any other dates coming up?
Yeah, so April 15th in Enid, April 21st in Stillwater at Bad Brad's, and then May 12th I will be in Tishomingo at Old Red's. I played there last
Blake
week.
Shelton's bar?
Yeah, Blake Shelton's place.
pretty
Played
cool.
there last week or 2 weeks ago, and it was a crazy cool experience.
I think I saw a video from that.
Yeah,
And-
I posted a clip of me circle back singing
Yeah.
In My Arms instead of Randy Rogers
Yes,
doing a cover.
it sounded really good too.
Thanks, man. I
Yeah.
appreciate
You need
it.
to go in there and sing a Blake Shelton song.
So
Because you know somebody in there is like recording it, and they're like, hey, Blake, check this out.
So going into it, I was like, I don't know if I want to do it. Like, it's so corny, like low hanging fruit. And I get up there for maybe 15
Yeah,
minutes.
that's what Red is all about.
Oh yeah, and then this little kid, walks up 15 minutes and he goes, "Can you sing Old Red?" And I was like,
He's like, are you Blake Shelton?
no. But I sang it, and I was like, this is so like nerve wracking. This is bad. But I mean, it was fine. I think it went fine. I don't know. The kid looked happy. I don't know.
I mean,
But it's kind of weird because they've got all these like life-size cardboard cutouts around, and like he's a big old dude, right? So it's just like staring down at you.
You should have told the kid, like, yeah, $20.
Yeah, so those are the dates for the rest of it. Working on getting booked up for the summer. Cool thing I actually was able to do last week, I got to open up for Colton Jesse, who's
really?
an Oklahoman.
Yeah.
Played in Stillwater last week. Got to open up for him. It was a really, really cool experience. Got to meet those guys, kind of connect on that Oklahoma musician
yeah,
level.
that's pretty cool. Speaking of life-size cardboard cutouts, here's
Here
our
we go.
question: do you know who that is?
Well, I can't see because it's turned around. Okay.
This is a very crucial part of the episode.
This is going to
right
be
here.
embarrassing. Oh, come on now. Buenas noches from a lonely, is it Roof, right? It's Dwight Yoakam.
Room. Yes.
Sorry.
Close enough. We'll take it.
Hey, I love my Dwight Yoakam. My buddies and I, we like to listen to the Suspicious Minds,
Uh-huh.
his version of it.
Uh-huh.
Oh, man.
He's the
Caught
biggest
in a
Dwight
trap.
Yoakam. He's the biggest Dwight Yoakam you'll find. That's why we got guitars, cowboys,
Oh.
and hillbilly music.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm connecting it now.
Yes.
Man,
There you go.
Yeah.
Give me a second. I'll get there. I like it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, sit down, shut up, because you're going to listen to some ads.
Hang on. It's about to get intense.
You're going to have to ads all up in your ears. That's where you're going to have your ads right now. We got a new sponsor this week and for the coming indefinitely.
For the next year at least,
Yeah.
it is none other than Deadwake
Deadwake
Archery Innovations.
Archery Innovations.
And we're going to have Trevor on sometime.
Yes.
And even if you're like, what is Deadwake Archery
What is
Innovations?
bow fishing for one? Like that's what a lot of people don't understand. Like obviously we know what bow fishing is, but a lot of people don't understand even that's like a sport.
I love to listen to Jason Aldean when
yeah.
I'm bow fishing.
Sorry. Trevor, do you like listening to Jason Aldean?
No, even
We're
if
going to
you're
drop you as a spot. No.
even if you're not into bow fishing, you're gonna enjoy the episode because it really is a
Yeah.
We went and had lunch one day to talk about this. 3 hours of talking about all the stuff they're doing. It is fascinating
Yeah.
stuff.
It's not even bow fishing either. Like I've even seen like a lot of other like even outdoor stuff he's going to be working on.
We can't talk about that yet, but
I
he will be
know.
dropping some new stuff.
I
and it will
know.
interest you. So
I know. Yeah.
and we hope to
But
get him
yeah.
out on a boat, do a video with him out there.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be awesome, and
Yeah.
he might make some little things for us to have here
Yeah.
when we record. We're super excited. Super excited.
Yeah. But what you need to know is Deadwake Archery Innovations started by none other than Trevor Pigeon, who is an OSU alumni. Pretty recent, too. 2018, I believe.
Let me just give the official rundown here.
Just might as well.
Do you need a new top-of-the-line bow fishing bow?
I think I do.
Well, you can own the waters this summer with the Deadwake Archery Innovations Leviathan bow, the fully machined bow fishing machine.
Who needs Oneida bow fishing when
Manufactured
Deadwake?
to order, not in China, in the United States of America.
United States of America.
In Oklahoma.
That's what I'm talking about
Local
right here.
business, and they're killing it. They're really doing some really cool stuff. They're doing some cool stuff.
Yeah.
And
cool.
I'm a little biased, but
I'm not at all. I don't know anything about this. This is what you need.
it is.
Yeah, it is.
I'm definitely gonna get one because I've never been bow fishing, but I know after we do this with him, and I know he's gonna put us on some big fish.
Of course. Yeah.
So then I'm gonna.
I've actually been bow fishing with him.
I'm gonna buy one of his bows, and then
I've been bow fishing.
It's gonna be
with
game
him,
over.
and I did terrible.
Really?
I missed. I had a shot at one, and I barely.
I bet
missed.
you didn't use a Leviathan bow.
I don't think I did. I don't think I did actually.
That's probably in the early stages.
It really was actually.
So you'll be seeing their logo everywhere now. So just get used to it.
Yeah,
because that's how it's gonna be.
This is what you have to work with, and that's what it is. So
let me draw out the perfect day for you, Jagger.
Okay.
It's a Sunday. Okay.
Okay.
I'm getting up early. When do you bow fish? Night or day? Evening.
Usually night.
Okay.
Usually night. You usually don't do it.
So
You're gonna golf.
I played golf all day
Yeah.
at an undisclosed golf course.
Carson Creek.
Maybe with Toby Keith.
Carson Creek.
Please, Carson Creek. Anyway, I played golf for right now at an undisclosed location.
With Toby Keith.
And afterwards, I'm like, I really want to go bow fishing.
Yeah.
So I go bow fishing with my Leviathan bow.
You get Bad Brad's for lunch, though, right?
No, the Bad Brad's comes later in the evening.
Okay.
So I use my Leviathan bow, shoot the biggest fish you've ever seen, right?
Yeah.
Bring it in. The guys are like, let's fillet this thing. Like, let's cook it right here.
I don't think you're gonna cook a carp, but it's okay.
I'm like, no. Bad Brad's. Bad Brad's Barbecue, located in Stillwater. It's the best around. Tell them about it, Jagger.
Bad Brad's Barbecue, where it's good to be bad. What do we have going on this week? Cornhole on Mondays with yours truly. It's like normal, and then you can go get some fantastic dirty fries.
Always
the amazing
jalapeno from Talladega Nights here, and the always delicious Bad Brad's Barbecue.
Exactly, and the amazing jalapeno cornbread.
That's the Monday night special.
Raved and reviewed.
I go in there, like, I don't tell Jagger I'm going because I don't want him to try to lure me into the cornhole. But I'll go and get the special on Mondays, which is the cornbread, and you get beans and
yeah.
But I'll go in there and eat that, and then slip out the back door where Jagger doesn't know I'm there.
I really know you're there. I just don't want you to come.
He's like, yeah, we don't want you in our tournament anyway. Stick around to the end of the episode. Reagan Carter playing 2 songs, an unreleased song and a cover. So check that out. And special thanks to Trevor and Deadwake, as well as Bad Brad's, for sponsoring the episode.
Of course.
And we'll get back to the episode right now.
Yeah. Let's go back.
Can you tell us about some of your early inspiration musicians?
Yeah. Okay. So growing up, somehow, I'm not even sure how my family managed this, but I just always ended up at a lot of Brooks and Dunn concerts. I think my mom at the time knew their tour manager. And I remember one time I grew up in Alabama. Sorry. I moved to Texas when I was 10. I grew up in Alabama. So I was in, probably like either Tampa, Florida, or Atlanta, Georgia. And I ended up backstage at a Brooks and Dunn concert. And that's kind of like my first.
What?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Because like looking back, I remember as a kid, I was just like, yeah, whatever. Like, can I like go to McDonald's now? But like looking back, like I wish I had really just been in the moment. But I think that is really my first experience with country music, is being around that. So I love Brooks and Dunn. I was raised on a lot of the 90s country, so I love Brooks and Dunn. I love Tracy Lawrence. I know it's just 90s, but Keith Whitley, God rest his soul. I love Keith Whitley. And then I think when I started getting more serious about music, about high school years, I really dove into the Texas country. I love Robert Earl Keen and Lyle Lovett. Grew up like an hour south of College Station, so definitely a big part of me was that College Station music. And like I said earlier, the Randy Rogers Band. The Turnpike Troubadours is my favorite band of all time. I mean that's such like a basic answer, I feel like, but I feel like it's the right answer.
No, it's a good answer.
Right, I love Turnpike Troubadours. But
and it's cool because they're from Tahlequah, which is right where we're from as well. That's that Grove Tahlequah area. We live right in between there. So
love them, man. I don't know. That's such a tough question because like. Then you say something, they're like, all right, we're going to listen for that. And they're like, wait, we don't hear any of that in your music. It's it's tough.
I mean, hearing that and like.
It's probably a good thing if you can't hear it.
Exactly. Like you want to be your own thing, but
absolutely.
You want to draw from them as much as you can, but you don't want to sound like them. You want to sound like Reagan Carter. You don't want to sound like Turnpike. You don't want to sound like Brooks and Dunn. You want to sound like
those guys
yourself.
sold a lot of records. But I know what you mean. What you mean. Those are
exactly.
Yeah, I would say those are like some of the guys that you'll catch me listening to. I listened to, I don't know why I came upon this last couple of days, but Robert Earl Keen's version of Long Black Veil. No idea. I didn't know it existed until a couple of days ago.
There's so many good versions of that song.
Yeah. I would agree.
Like there's just tons and tons of good versions of that song. Yeah, I really like the Daryl Singletary version of that song. You guys familiar with Daryl Singletary?
A little.
A little? Yeah.
I need to do more research, but yeah, okay. I'm with you on that one.
Yeah. So I'm going to steal your question since you brought up that. If you could cut one album of all covers, who are you picking? And it has to be of one band, one artist, all covers of their songs. If you could cut one album,
that's so hard.
Who are you picking?
I mean,
it's quite a simple question for me, but
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure. So I feel like there's a couple ways you answer that, like purely monetary value. Like if I'm going out there and I want to sell 1 million records, I'm covering every George Strait song in the book.
I see. I've never heard this perspective on it.
Well, it's like what do I love, or like do I want to go out there and sell out stadiums to make money? Because I'll cover every George Strait
I like the
song.
mindset. I like the money mindset.
I like either one. Like, it's
for the record, I've talked a lot about it. I don't want to do it for the money. That's not why.
We're paying him to be here.
No,
today.
come on, guys. Hey, hands are tied over here. No, I mean that's one school of thought, I guess. But man, if I was gonna do only
that's a good answer.
Covers,
George Strait.
I was gonna do only covers. I mean, Keith Whitley comes to mind because "Don't Close Your Eyes" is both the first song I ever sang on a stage and it's the first song I ever learned. So that is my favorite song in the world. "Tell Lori I Love Her." Those two.
I love the song "Hard Livin'."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those two are really good. And then I think, maybe Chris Stapleton.
That's a good one.
I think he's such a good songwriter.
Yeah.
Between the Steel Drivers and the Johnson Brothers, and then now his solo career. Yeah. I think I would say Chris Stapleton. I think he's got so many great songs. He's just an incredible singer.
Yeah, I think From a Room Volume 1 is really underrated.
Mm-hmm. I would agree.
There's a lot of good songs on there.
There's a story about Cole Swindell.
Oh, my goodness. This is a deep dive. Okay.
Deep dive.
There's a couple. So when I was 16, this was the first time I ever went to Nashville. And it was, I had just bought the guitar. Like, I just got into singing. It was really cool. So I go to Rippy's Honky Tonk in Nashville on Broadway, if you guys have ever been. It's cool. It's the only one that's open to under 21 after, 8 o'clock. So, that's where I had to end up. And this band was playing, and they were cool, whatever. And my mom, tipped them, a bunch of money. They're like, get my kid up there and sing. He needs to get up there. And obviously, I kind of just assumed. I was like, yeah, whatever. They're going to let me get up there and sing, whatever. So I'm singing. I sang a couple songs, whatever. And then I get done. They're like, hey, tomorrow come to Tootsie's. So, iconic Tootsie's Lounge. So I go there. I'm singing. And Cole Swindell just walks in. So he's just sitting there listening to me sing. I was like, oh, I'm going to black out.
Did you know it was him when he walked in?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I
don't know if I could pick him out.
I saw him, and I was like, that guy looks familiar. And then everybody just, everybody was right there. I was like, okay, that's it.
That probably, really indicates when somebody, walks in.
Yeah, so that, and then fast forward this time last year, I work at Eskimo Joe's, just on the side. Super fun. Love it there. Cheese fries. So I'm sitting there, I'm working, and he's playing Cat Fry, and he just kind of strolls up to the bar. And I'm like, that's Cole Swindell. And my boss is like, that's not Cole Swindell. I'm like, yes, it is. It absolutely is. So I walk over. I'm like, hey, man, I know you're trying to keep a low profile, blah, blah, blah. Are you Cole Swindell? And he's like, yeah, that's me. So we get to talking. He's like, here's some Cat Fry tickets. I'm like, Cool, because I didn't buy any this year. Cool fact about him, though. I don't know if you guys are baseball guys. I love baseball. His manager is Ryan Franklin, who used to pitch for the Cardinals and the Mariners.
Yeah.
I think he lefty, big old red beard.
Yeah.
That's his manager now because they played college baseball together.
I didn't even know Cole Swindell played college baseball.
Yep. Oh,
Really?
yeah.
Where at?
If you wouldn't ask me, I could have told you.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he played
Any O&M college? No? Okay. Not funny, Rhett.
I thought it was funny, but he went to junior college in Miami, Oklahoma before this.
Oh,
It was
okay.
NEO.
Oh, yeah, NEO. Yep.
Yeah.
I know. I got you. Yeah,
The joke is that no one there is good at baseball.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Essentially
Is it
the
bad?
joke. I mean, they're just kind of subpar.
Yeah.
I got you.
Shout out Braden if you're listening to this.
Oh, man. You're going to shout him out for being not good? Yeah, so that's my Cole Swindell story. I don't know if I relate to his music so much because it's a lot of like the radio stuff.
Yeah.
I will say that Heads Carolina song, whatever, it is catchy. I don't want to like it because I get it's a ripoff and I get it's like shallow, but it's so catchy sometimes. you just have those where you're just like, I don't want to listen to this, but it's like stuck in your head.
I hadn't heard it, and someone came up at work and they're like, they requested it, and I played the original song, you know.
Oh, like Jody Messina?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
well,
they
that's the best
come back up and they're like, no, this is not it. I'm like, yeah.
What do you
this is
mean?
it.
This
She's
is
like,
a song.
Cole Swindell. I'm like, okay. So I play it, and I'm like, nah, I'm sorry, this ain't it.
Yeah, no, I agree. But it's unfortunate. It's just like an earworm.
No, it is.
Yeah.
They got the
Yeah.
formula out there in
100%.
Nashville, man.
So, Calf Fry this year?
Oh,
You
yeah.
going?
I'll be there Thursday night.
Thursday night.
Yeah.
That's Parker, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I remember
I think it's Parker,
Parker.
Giovanni, and Treaty Oak, right?
Parker, Wyatt Flores, and Caitlin Butts.
Okay.
So, two big-time Oklahoma people.
Yeah.
You know, Wyatt from Stillwater, and then Caitlin, she's from the Tulsa area, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Parker is actually from a town like 20 minutes north of me, outside of Houston. And I was able to see him a while back. He was playing Pretty Heart unreleased. So, like, that just tells you how long ago it was. But I think it's a really good night. I think it's a big bounce back year for Calf Fry. I don't know about you guys. But last year, I know there was a lot of kind of pushback on Cole Swindell and Dustin Lynch being the headliners. So, I think they kind of...
Well, I think people are going to complain no matter who. it
Yeah,
is.
absolutely.
You can't please everybody,
You
right?
can't please everybody because I've heard
No.
people say, it's just not. And this is what I always hear about Calf Fry. They're always like, it's never going to be like it used to be. Like it's never going to be like it used to be. Like when Turnpike and Co were here, I'm like, do you realize that where, I guess not Parker, but like they're where like Turnpike and Co are where like
Reed.
yeah, like Reed, South Hall, and they're where those guys were at now. Like
So in a couple years,
Yeah.
we're going to look back and be like, why didn't we get somebody as big as Reed South Hall?
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
absolutely.
Like it's like those guys weren't as big then, so that's why they could get them easier. But now it's harder to get those people because they're selling out the BOK Center.
And there's a whole lot of stuff that goes in. I work out at Tumbleweed. I don't know if you knew that. Or not.
Okay.
I'm the DJ out there. So there's like the owner was telling me essentially there's like he was trying to get Turnpike, but they have like a 90-day or a 60-day, 60-mile radius type thing. They just played in Tulsa
Yeah.
like last weekend,
Yeah.
so they can't play another show within like 90 miles or within 90 days. So that's why they can't get some people.
Yeah.
And then I also know that like there was, I'm not going to say how much, but Zach Bryan was on the table.
Yeah.
It was an extreme
It was-
amount of money
Well, I heard
to get
well,
Zach
the
Bryan
whole
out.
deal was I thought
Yeah.
he wasn't coming back after last year, right? Because
They talked to him, but it was an extreme amount of money.
I'm at this point, I believe it. He is just to
What-
the moon.
What was the deal with him?
Maybe we
last
can
year?
get Kerry to talk
People
about
were
it when he comes
throwing
on.
throwing beer cans at him on stage because everybody got so
didn't-
mad at him for like leaving Oklahoma and going big time, like it's his fault, right? I mean, it's not his fault that everybody listens to
Yeah.
it.
I don't
and
guess
goes-
I know the whole story here.
So
I've heard that.
So
Yeah.
basically, the way I understand it, and I might be wrong, I don't know. This is the way I understood it: is that people got really mad because he was like Oklahoma's little secret for the longest time, and then something in the Orange blew up. We had those big songs, and he just went nationwide, and everybody and their mothers listening to him. And people were like, "No, like you deserting Oklahoma, blah blah blah, this, that, and the other." They're throwing beer cans at him on stage, and he was like, "I'm not coming back to Calf Fry." And I was like, "Man," but I don't know. Apparently not.
Yeah, they definitely talked to him. But
Well, that's
it was,
good.
It was an outrageous amount. I hope Carrie says the number because it's insane.
Yeah, it was quite a
It
bit.
was
And there was
insane.
some other ones that were pretty up there too.
Yeah, there was a. I hope he can put this out there because there was a really cool list of people that they were trying to get. But it's it's so difficult because now I'm always seeing all these different festivals going on, like hundreds of these music festivals.
I am too.
They're everywhere.
And these people are playing, it's all the same people pretty much.
Yeah.
But this year's lineup, I think, is really good. You got people like Wyatt Flores, who's really gaining right now.
He's blowing up.
He's taken that like Zach Bryan trajectory almost, and maybe it helps because he's from Oklahoma, and that's what makes you think of it. But
Treaty Oak,
love him.
Really think Treaty Oak's gonna be big.
We had Treaty Oak on a few
on the
weeks
pod.
ago.
Yep.
and
I listened to it. Yeah, I was
thank you because they're gonna be huge one
Oh,
day.
yeah.
I couldn't agree more.
Like and share.
I saw them at Beer City in Oklahoma City.
Okay.
They were awesome.
Favorite Treaty Oak song?
Man, like Missed Call.
Okay.
Ode to Bourbon is good. Those are man.
Stay tuned.
I
Sorry.
kn-
It's stay
He's not
tuned.
wearing the shirt today? He's
not.
always wearing that shirt.
I when they played, I went and bought a shirt at the show.
Yeah.
That song, the intro to that song is probably one of the best intros I've heard.
It's a whole different world.
We've had him on the podcast twice.
Okay.
Yeah, he's pretty
In my
cool guy.
experience with him, awesome guy. Super cool.
Yeah, he's got some good music out too.
Jagger might be his biggest fan, too.
I'm convinced that I am. I really do.
I mean, I like his music, but this guy.
I think I bring up almost every podcast.
Yeah.
For some way, Matt, if you listen to some way, I find a
He
way
does,
to
too.
bring up
He's not
your
kidding.
music every podcast, and I don't even. Need
I
to.
promise you, Matt, if we sit down with Parker McCollum, he'll be like, "Have you heard of Matt Williams?" I'm like, Jagger, we got 15 minutes with him.
You know, man, like your passion alone has made me a new fan. So Matt, like I'm a new fan. Purely, I've never heard it.
Gotta
Passion
put a Matt
alone.
song on now. You got to put one on now. Let's see what we're gonna have here this week. We're gonna have in a couple days, Toby Keith. Obviously, been taking some deep dives into some of Toby's stuff, and Senorita Sky, Chad Cook Band.
It's a good one.
This is what I always do. I try to listen to the artist beforehand, and I can't. I'll be like, I'm just not really like feeling it.
That's fair.
We'll sit down and talk to him afterwards.
I do.
I'll give it another chance, and I'm like, I can't stop listening to
I
this.
know. I did the same thing.
Like I literally sit there and listen to that song like 10 times every day. What am I doing?
I think on my playlist I've got Senorita Sky and I've got Oil Man by Chad Cook.
Okay.
Man, those are good. That's good stuff.
And I know that Jagger had this one on, but I got to put John Deere Tractor by Billy Strings on there.
It's good, isn't it?
When we
It
do
is
the
so good.
when we do the playlist, I'll listen to it throughout the week.
Yeah.
And Jagger tries to throw in some new stuff, so it gives me a little.
I try to give Rhett a new song every week that I know he'll like.
And it usually works.
Yeah, dude, that song is so good. It's literally one of my favorites.
Mama. I can just.
That's pretty good, honestly. That sounded pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna clip that.
We do need some good TikTok clips.
Yeah.
So if you want to say anything like,
Like
just
the
outrageous, then
Oh,
now's the time
man.
to do it.
I'll sit here and marinate on that one.
Or we could just drive straight into politics and talk about.
Oh yeah, that sounds
The
like a great
indictment?
idea.
The indictment?
What?
I'll add my next one. Haley Witters. She's got a song called "The Devil Always Made Me Think Twice."
That's a
Good.
that sounds so familiar, but not by her. Yeah, that's a Chris Stapleton song.
Really.
That The Devil Always Made Me Think Twice. That is a Chris Stapleton song.
What album?
Is it called Arkansas?
I think you wrote it.
The white
Actually,
one?
Well, I'm putting on that.
Or it's called Starting Over, excuse me. It's off the
Oh,
Starting Over
it's
album.
his recent one.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, when was that put out?
2019, I want to say.
Was it? I thought that was
2020.
soon.
I'm
2020?
still just
Oh, it's
baffled.
2021.
baffled at the idea that this guy is Buffy or Eskimo Joe. depending on
I,
the day.
I haven't gotten past that. So she put out her version, and
I love
really,
her.
I really
she's
like it.
great. I
I
think
really
she's
like her
really good
version.
for the women in country music movement. I think she's really pushing that ahead real well.
Okay, what am I gonna go with next? Gosh,
We're pushing that movement along too. We had Ashlyn Kraft on.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
we've only had one.
Now I'm a big fan of her. Like the same thing. I tried to get into it before. I was like, and then after I'm like, now I've got her in my queue all the time.
Yeah.
Rotation,
Yeah,
yeah.
she's pretty good. I'm gonna throw in I always try to throw like one song that's not country.
Mhm.
So I think I'm gonna do a Daughtry song.
Oh yeah. Okay, but like if you throw a steel guitar and a fiddle on any Daughtry song, that's country. That and Nickelback, man.
Thank you. I have this theory. I have a theory that Nickelback is just a country. It's just a heavy country band.
I'm with it. Absolutely.
If you think of the song, like, take the song Photograph, you know? Like, if you just, like how it starts out, look at this phone, you know, just like acoustic guitar. That's country, man. Look at this photograph. Every time I do it makes me laugh. That's country, man.
That telling you the
That's
day
all I'm
the
saying.
day that they do like a Nickelback album, the way they just did this Rolling Stones thing, everyone will understand. Everyone.
I can see it.
Yeah.
No
Like-
surprise by Daughtry is what I'm gonna put on there.
Okay. I love listening to stuff like that. Kind of mix it up. I will say at some live shows, I'll always throw some covers in like that. I know my last one, I played Plain White Tees, Whitney Houston, and Britney Spears.
Really?
Yes, and it throws people for a loop
That's
because
awesome.
they're like, "What is this?"
Okay, Rhett, calm down. We went when we saw Matt Williams. He
Mhm.
played on the Boys from Oklahoma.
Yep.
Where they did Trenton Fletcher.
Yep,
and
Trenton
him.
Fletcher.
He covered a Stain song.
Ooh.
It was, oh my God, why can't I think of the
Yeah.
name of it? But he sounded exactly like why am I blanking the name? The lead singer of Stained that is a country artist now.
It was really good.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Oh my gosh.
I think Matt put out a TikTok about it too.
Yeah. And he did. And
You know, that's so country.
oh no.
From
It
the
is.
horse's mouth.
It is.
From the horse's mouth.
The whole rock star. Where my key man.
Hey,
That's all I'm saying. Maybe I'm onto something here.
I think so.
Burn It to the Ground is not country.
No.
Oh, but it's a line dance.
Don't. Why do you have to bring that up?
Oh,
I'm
but
gonna,
Oh, so you hear "Burn It to the Ground" and you hear
Oh.
"Shivers" by Ed Sheeran just like
Oh.
echoing.
every waking moment. Yeah, I do not listen to those songs anymore. Copperhead Road came on the other night, and I used to like that song.
Oh, it's a good
Before I
song.
knew you could line dance. Before I knew you could line dance to it, and now when it comes on, skip.
Yeah.
Immediately skip.
Yeah. It's hard after you like hear it so many times.
I'll probably
It's a
hear
lot of
"Burn It
good
to the
songs.
Ground" 20 times tonight.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah,
keep
you
forgetting
will, huh?
you work tonight. Yeah.
Oh man, we're gonna have a heck of a time.
Don't worry, I'll toss in my fair share of Dwight Yoakam in there. Toby Keith, the classics. Some Travis Tritt,
I want
Tracy
you to play
Lawrence.
Burn It to the Ground and then Fast as You right after
I
that.
could. Might happen. But yeah, I have this theory that Nickelback is just kind of a,
It's a country.
you know, you familiar with Confederate Railroad?
Mm-hmm.
Sort of some Confederate Railroad vibes in there.
I
Just
can
a
see it.
just a southern country rock band.
I can see it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that is an insane connection. But I'm. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You see, last week when I said it, or whenever I said it, everyone thought I was crazy. Was that with Chad and them?
I think it was.
Yeah.
But I think we brought up Burn It to the Ground and
I mean, it's not any as good as Jason Aldean. But did you happen to catch last week's episode?
I don't think in its entirety.
Okay.
No.
So you haven't heard about Jason Aldean yet?
Oh no.
Oh no. Just keep listening to it. It's good. You want to pick a couple songs
yeah.
for us?
Yeah, I'd love to.
All right. Well, we'll be right back.
Life's what you make it, and a dream is where you take it. Then where does the world leave you and I? Do we way down your hatchback, let past lives be the past, and find fresh lips who's never spoke our names? Tired of watching those boys relive the glory days. Don't wanna hear your parents rehash their unsolved pain. What do you say? We can't make lemons out of lemonade. Little of our lives that can't be saved. So we say we hit the road at dawn and try like hell to carry on. Try like hell to carry on. You dig a hole to nowhere and pull out all your hair. For you ever Just like a buffalo run into the storm, on that other side you'll see your life reborn. You know I've said it before. Lemons out of lemonade, little of our lives that can be saved. So when you say we hit the road at dawn, try like hell, carry on. Try like hell, carry on. We'd be in Kansas by now if you can take my hand and wouldn't ask how everything that's on this well worth. Just try like hell, carry on. Oh, just carry on. Life is what you make it, and a dream is where you take it. Then where does the world leave you and I?
That's awesome, man. That was great.
Sweet. Thanks. Love that song. That's
Yeah.
one that I wrote after I had cut those original 4.
Yeah.
And it's just one I've had that I've really wanted to get out there.
Yeah,
for
you need to,
everybody.
for
So,
sure.
Yeah, this is the first time, you know?
Yeah.
Besides, like, the night I wrote it, I put it on TikTok probably, but
Yeah.
we all know how that goes.
Of course.
Played this in my senior in high school, like a talent show thing.
Yeah.
I don't even remember how I did, but it's Hey There Delilah. I don't know if you
Yeah,
the
yeah, of
classic,
course.
right? So I'll play that one. See how
Yeah.
it goes.
Let's hear it.
Hey there, Delilah, what's it like in New York City? I'm 1,000 miles away, but girl, tonight you look so pretty, yes you do. Times Square can't shine as bright as you, I swear it's true. Hey there, Delilah, don't you worry about the distance. I'm right here if you get lonely. Give this song another listen, just close your eyes. Listen to my voice, it's my disguise. I'm by your side. Oh, it's what you do to me. It's what you do to me. Oh, it's what you do to me. Oh, it's what you do to me. Hey there, Delilah, I know times are getting hard, but just believe me, girl, someday I'll pay the bills with this guitar and we'll have it good. We'll have the life we knew we should. My word is good. Hey there, Delilah, I got so much left to say. If every simple song I wrote to you would take your breath away, I'd write them all. Even more in love with me you'd fall. We'd write them all. Oh, it's what you do to me. It's what you do to me. Oh, it's what you do to me. It's what you do to me. 1,000 miles seems pretty far, and they've got planes, trains, and cars that walk to you if I had no other way. My friends will all make fun of us, and we'll laugh along because we know that none of them have felt this way. Delilah, I can promise you that by the time that we get through, the world will never ever be the same. You're to blame. Hey there, Delilah, you be good. Don't miss me 2 more years and you'll be done with school, and I'll be making history like I do. You'll know it's all because of you. We can do whatever we want to. Hey there, Delilah, here's for you. This one's for you. Oh, it's what you do to me. It's what you do to me. Oh, it's what you do to me. It's what you do to me. It's what you do to me.
I like it, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Love that song.
I love it when you're able to put like a different spin on songs.
Yeah.
And it
Kinda
gives
makes-
it a completely new perspective.
gives you a whole nother meaning to it,
Exactly.
right? Makes you feel a little different.
Well, thank you for coming on, man.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Yeah.
It's such a cool opportunity. It's so awesome. Very,
Yeah.
very blessed to be out here today with you guys.
Yes.